He lost his phone. That happened to me, college students. David, you want to start us off?
Sure. Hey, Ben, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing, David?
Good. How's the internship?
It's good. Learning a lot. Drinking from a fire hose right now, but
Fair enough. So I'll just, start off with this one, as the last guy to start as a quarterback for the Pack, do you kind of feel like going into spring ball and next season that this is kind of your position to lose?
no, I wouldn't say that just because I wasn't I didn't start the entire year. I was just kind of thrown in the last couple of games there, but I don't think it's anyone's position to lose. I think it's just everyone's to win. I think it's going to be just a three-way competition, and we are going to, just sort it out how it goes. I don't think anyone right now is designated as the starter in anyone's heads.
Chip?
Ice Pack fan. Let me ask you this. Just looking at your mindset last year, this time going into spring ball in this year, just how would you describe that, the change from one year to the next?
Well, last year it was weird because it was just Devin and it was just us two going at it, and then we added MJ and Jack, and so the spring it was weird because obviously this has been my first year I'm able to have a true competition for the job. I mean, when Devin was here, it was Devin's job, and I was. We all knew I was competing for the backup job. And so it's going to be, it's very different, having all three of us compete now. And so it's not, the job's not, already won by someone, which is for the first time since I've been here.
Brett?
Ben, having a crowded quarterback room is a blessing after last season when you had four guys start, but also having a crowded quarterback room can also be difficult because you're all competing for the same job. How are you guys kind of handling that dynamic, and how has Brennan kind of incorporated himself in the short time he's been here?
It's ever since I've been here, we've seen quarterbacks come and go. I mean, there's been probably 10 different quarterbacks since I've been here. And I think everyone, having Jack come in last season, it was really easy. We're all just, at the end of the day, we're all teammates and we're all friends. And, when you're in the meeting room and when you're in the Murph, you're helping each other and you're being friends and buddies. But, when you're on the field, then, obviously you got to kick it into the competitive gear because you're trying to beat the other person out for the job. But when you're not on the field, we're just buddies.
Brennan was saying that he's tried to help you guys, you and MJ, with the terminology and the offense because he's been in it with Coach and I before. What have you guys done to kind of help him assimilate here and make him feel a little bit more comfortable with his surroundings?
Yeah, so he's helped a lot with some just kind of telling us how things are going to be, because right now we're in the day one installations phase. And so, right now, MJ, myself, and, also Coach Roper, we're kind of trying to switch over from Anai's offense and our old offense. And so, just trying to interchange the words and the terms, because everyone runs the same plays. We're running the same plays. It's just different words. And so it's hard. But right now I'm just kind of, with Coach Nye's offense saying, okay, butterfly used to be bear, and I just kind of, but they're all the same. They're all the same.
And how have you guys tried to help Brennan kind of become more comfortable here around these new surroundings?
We just, in our meetings, we all just kind of, it's nice. We have open meetings, and when he needs, to share some input that he thinks is going to help us, he does. And then when we, because what's hard for him is the receivers, tight ends, offensive line, they're on a completely different page. Like they also don't know any of this new offense. And so we're kind of helping him say, hey, like our receivers used to call this. So, And it used to be 12 yards, but now it's 10 yards. So they're going to have to adapt a little bit and, letting him know that. And then he can apply that.
Thanks, Ben.
Yep.
David?
Ben, I'm just curious, your public image, I'm sure around campus has really elevated since this past season. What's it been like for you with that, having that added notoriety? You enjoying it?
Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, I'm glad I could, provide state fans with some happiness late November, but at the same time, it is nice. It was nice, my first 2 years just going out to breakfast and lunch and having a peaceful breakfast and lunch, not taking pictures and stuff. But I mean, I don't mind talking to people and, taking pictures, but it is, yeah, I can't really go to a basketball game or a hockey game or anything without being noticed, which is fine. But, we're just kids. And that's my favorite thing about being a college athlete and, meeting these people is I don't want anyone to feel like we're on this like different pedestal and they can't come and talk to us, like we're literally, I'm 20 years old. I graduated NC State as a kid. And, I think it's fun, meeting people and making connections and making them feel like, feel warm and, welcomed, and just let them know how much we appreciate their support.
Are people like buying you breakfast all the time now?
No, I had a random person buy me a beer even though I was underage. So I didn't drink it though.
Fair enough. Of course not.
But no.
Good media training, Annabelle.
Yeah. Don't worry. I didn't drink it. Definitely don't drink.
Cool.
Okay, Ethan, what you got?
All right, circling back to football. So obviously Coach Roper was on staff last year, but it's got to be a little bit different having him as your position coach now. Just kind of what's he like as a quarterbacks coach?
Yeah, so Roper actually recruited me in high school because when I committed, I knew Drink was going to leave. And, when Drink left, Roper was, we brought him over from Colorado. And so he was always flying to Arizona and talking. So I got to know Rope on a personal level. And now seeing him as a coach, seeing him as a running backs coach, he's different on the field for sure. But I mean, all coaches, they have that drive when they get to the field, but I'm excited to, have him as a quarterback coach because I really think he's got a lot to teach us. And, last 2 years, even though he was at the running backs position, he was kind of the grandfather, I would say, of just quarterback or just kind of football IQ, when we were in 2-minute drill and we'd have 2 timeouts. It was, hey, Rope, when are you going to use your timeout here? And he would be he'd be that person for our coaching staff. And that was always nice to kind of pick his brain and get to know, or just kind of get to hear what he had to say about all these different scenarios and, positions we were in. So it's going to be nice having him in the quarterback room for sure.
Thanks.
Yep.
Chip?
Yeah, Ben, I'm not going to ask you a beer question, but let me ask you this. Looking back at the end of last season, are there times when you look back at it and what happened those last couple of games and kind of shake your head like, wow, or is it more like I knew I could do that if I ever got the opportunity? And kind of to follow that up, you were really disappointed at the end of that bowl game. Is that kind of stuck in your craw and motivated you in the offseason?
Yeah. The bowl game was really upsetting for me because I just felt like there was a lot of plays left out on the field, and it was frustrating experience for me. Just wishing we could change some things, going into that bowl game and also during. It was hard. I don't really like thinking about it, but yeah, I mean, I think that's the hardest thing in the past couple of years is just preparing. It's been hard just preparing like you're the starter and not getting that opportunity. But I think last year it finally paid off. That UNC and being able to play Louisville and Maryland. So it was rewarding, and it definitely has driven me to just kind of get better and just kind of reflect on my weaknesses and my strengths. Yeah.
Does anybody have anything else for Ben? All right, Ben, thank you. You know, you just
Ooh.
wanted to be last, didn't you?
I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. We appreciate it.
Yeah. See ya.
All right, thanks, everybody. I recorded it.